misery.
And of course,
The very best way to end a lovely day is to cozy on up for Jammies with JaNay.
okay, that's it. Hi, and welcome back to Jammies with JaNay. I'm so glad that you've joined me again for another Storytime start. But first, I gotta know, how was your day today? Well, I hope you said you had a great day. And if you didn't, that's okay. You can make tomorrow an even better day. Before we get started with our story start, you know we gotta do our check-ins. So you ready? Do you have your jammies on? I have mine. Check. Do you have your favorite stuffed animal or snuggly? Here is mine. Check. Do you have your adult nearby? It can be anyone. It could be your mom, or it can be your dad. It could be your grandma, your grandpa, your auntie, or your uncle. Any adult that you want to share this story start with. Do you have your adult? Great. Check. Now, of course, I've got to ask you, do you have your story? Yeah. Do you have the story that we're going to share tonight? Perfect, because I have it too. Dun, 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 dun. Here it is. Here is our story. It's called Where the Wild Things Are. Where the Wild Things Are. Story and pictures by Maurice Sendak. Story and pictures by Maurice Sendak. If the story is by Maurice Sendak, what does that make Maurice Sendak? Yeah, you're right. You know, an author. But if the pictures are by Maurice Sendak as well, what does that make Maurice Sendak? Yeah, not only is Maurice Sendak the author, but he's the illustrator too. So Maurice Sendak wrote and did the pictures for Where the Wild Things Are. I have a secret for you. This book is one of my all-time favorites. I love this story, so I'm so excited to be sharing it with you today. Now, let's look at the cover. Do you notice anything on the cover? What are some things you see? Do you see this award? This shiny sticker right here is the Caldecott Medal. That means that this book is an award winner. It was picked as one of the best books to be written the year that it was published. It is the Caldecott Medal winner. What else do you see on this cover? Oh, yes. It looks like the setting or the location is outside somewhere. And we see some interesting looking trees. Do you see these trees? And we see, well, what's that? An interesting looking beast. I wonder if that's a wild thing. What do you think? Yeah, it may be. Something else I want to show you about this book, and you might have seen it in other books too. This book is wearing a jacket. Yeah, a jacket. Want to see? When I open the book, look at this here. Here is a flap of paper that comes right off, and it's got the same cover on the paper as it does on the book. This is called a jacket, and sometimes it has some extra information on it, like here it's got some information. We see our protagonist there, and it might have some information about the author and the illustrator, as you see here. So you can think of this as like a jacket that comes on a book. And sometimes it helps to protect the cover of the book. So here we are. Here is our story today, Where the Wild Things Are. Story and pictures by Maurice Sendak. Now that the jacket or the sleeve is off the story, look at this. Did you notice this earlier when I asked you about the cover of the story? What is that? Tell? Yeah, it looks like a boat. And here's some water here too. We got to read the story to see who is riding that boat and why they're coming to where the wild things are. Let's get started. Where the wild things are. Oh, wow. Look at our end pages here. Look at these. Kind of reminds me of the tops of the trees in the cover here. See this here? And it looks similar. Lots of different colors on these end pages or these end papers. Where the wild things are. Wow, look at this page. That's the next page. It's just blank, white, with the words, Where the Wild Things Are. It's the title of the book. I wonder why Maurice Sendak, the author and the illustrator, made the choice to just make this part all white. Where the Wild Things Are. Here's another title page. And look what we have here. We've got our main character, which we're going to learn about him, I'm sure. There he is. Look what he's wearing. You know what? I'm realizing he's got his pajamas on too, just like we have our pajamas on. There's a reason why this is my favorite book. And look at that. He's got a crown on. And right next to him, some interesting looking guys there. Where the wild things are. The night Max wore his wolf suit and made mischief of one kind. Ooh, there he is, Max. So we know Max is our main character. There he is. What's it look like Max is doing? Oh yeah, look, he's got a big hammer in his hands and something else in his hand there. He's standing on books. And look at his face. Does he look very happy? No, he looks kind of angry. And the words say, the night Max wore his wolf suit and made mischief of one kind. Do you know that word? Mischief? You know that word mischief? Mischief is like saying trouble. Trouble or making choices that may not be the best choices. Mischief. He made mischief of one kind. Let's turn the page and see what happens next. And another. Oh my, look at Max there. What's he doing? Definitely making some mischief. What's it look like he's doing to you? What do you think? Yeah, look, he's got a fork and he's running down the stairs chasing his dog, and the dog does not look very happy. Ooh, he's definitely making mischief of one kind and another. Let's turn the page. His mother called him Wild Thing. And Max said, I'll eat you up. So he was sent to bed without eating anything. Oh my. I could definitely see some of the mischief that Max is causing. Look at him here. He's got his wolf suit. And again, he's got kind of an angry look on his face. And his mother said, "Wild thing." And he said, "I'll eat you up." Was that very nice what he said? No, not at all. That's probably why he got sent to his room. Oh my, Max. Let's turn the page. That very night in Max's room, a forest grew. Whoa, look at here. Look at his room. Let's turn one page back because we got to see a picture of his room before. Look here. Here's his room. And we see the door, and we see the window, and we see the moon there, and his bed. Now let's turn the page to the next page that said, that very night in Max's room, a forest grew. Oh, look. We see some of the same things from before, the door, the window, the bed. We also see some trees sprouting right in his room. Wow. That very night in Max's room, a forest grew and grew. Wow, look at it now. Now we don't even see some of the things that were there before. What do you notice that isn't there anymore that was in his room before? Yeah, I don't see his bed or the window, but look, here's the moon, the same moon that we saw through the window before. Whoa. So a forest grew in his room and grew. I want you to make a prediction. A prediction is just a guess. What do you think is going to happen next? What do you think is going to happen? Well, I have some news for you. I'm going to end this story there. Snap! So that means, parents, it's your turn to finish the story. Your child has probably made a prediction, a guess of what's going to happen next. So now you've got to read this story and find out, what is Max going to get up to? I don't know. I also want to remind you that on the website, there are some resources to help you to continue to read this story interactively, including some story prompts, and some story vocabulary words, that you can use with your child to continue to support their vocabulary and language development. So I hope that you will take the book, continue reading it interactively, and find out what Max does and whether your child's prediction is correct. I hope you'll come back for another Jammies with JaNay. I've got lots of other story starts that I'll be reading, but many that I've already done that you can find on the Jammies with JaNay website or on the Jammies with JaNay YouTube channel. Hope you'll check them out and enjoy some more story starts with me, JaNay. And with that, I say good night and happy reading. Don't forget to subscribe to Jammies with JaNay. You can just click the subscribe button at the bottom of the page.